do you regularly get stuck on a given problem? Or are you someone who finds a solution to problems and you take control of where your life is going and responsibility for what's happening in your life? Guys, there's only two things. It's this duality. It's almost like yin and yang. It's like yes or no. It's literally like black or white. Your mind can only focus on one single thing at any given moment. That can be love or hate. It can be literally cold or hot. You can't be both things at the exact same time. And so how this applies to your business and your life and literally every single thing you've ever done, everything you're doing now, and most importantly, what you're going to be doing tomorrow and a week and a decade from now, it's all determined by, are you someone who focuses on problems, or are you someone who focuses on solutions? Why this is important is you can only focus on one thing at a time. What happened, it's literally the whole, the whole secret, the whole law of attraction. Whatever you focus on amplifies itself. Literally within your thoughts literally create reality. So if you're always focused on what sucks and how much your life sucks and your problems and your bills and all the excuse world, that stuff is amplified, and that's literally all you can think about. It's all you can see. It's the words that are running around your mind. It's all you can hear in every given moment because you're focused in the dumps. And it deeply drives the feelings of frustration and negativity. Now here's the alternative. You can focus on solutions, which gives you a much greater sense of control, and as these solutions are the solutions to those things over there. But instead of you focusing on those things, you're like, how do I overcome this? So here's how it would look. I don't have enough money. Instead of focusing on, damn, I don't have enough money at the end of the month to pay all these bills, that's not what you focus on. You focus on, how do I get more money right now? How do I get more money this month? How do I create more money literally today, just like that? And suddenly your mind, the things you're looking at, the visions you have, you're looking for opportunity. You're driving down the street, and instead of seeing the billboard that says, do you want to buy more insurance? Your mind is thinking about, dude, how can I sell insurance? How can I sell stuff to people? How do I make more money? How do I make more money from my insurance agent that keeps hounding me instead of taking more money from me? How do I make money from that guy? That's a totally different set of circumstances that you're creating literally because you are solution focused versus problem focused. And it create the language within your mind, and as you're hearing my words right now, you're already beginning to realize how much more powerful this is, because now you're focused on the solutions. And whether this is about money, whether it's about your relationships, you can either focus on, here's what sucks, and here's what sucks about this person and this relationship and all this stuff, or you can take a 100% responsibility for your life, and you can focus on, how do I create this relationship to be better? What am I doing that sucks? How can I be better? How can I make this relationship better? Guys, I don't care if you're talking about like your spouse and you're literally looking at things like divorce, or you're having problems with your children or your parents or like coworkers, or nothing matters. None of that stuff matters when you're pointing the finger, which is this category. When you're pointing the finger this way, that's how you make a difference, and you step over here and you're like, what can I do to make a greater impact within this? And it literally self-empowers you, and it's an intrinsic sense of power and impact upon the world around you, because you literally create everything here. You literally created, whether you're on this video watching me and hearing my words right now and feeling the things that you've begun to feel in different moments throughout this video, whether it's regret and frustration, or whether it's hope and inspiration and love and gratitude. And as you're feeling those things, and even just saying the word gratitude, that alone begins to change things, because literally thoughts are things, and we do create the world around us. So I want you to begin to evaluate all the areas of your life, your health, your health and nutrition, your career, business, finances, mission, your relationships, and I want you to look at them as a solution-oriented provider, someone that takes 100% responsibility for the solutions to all these areas in your life, and not someone who sits on, well, this sucks, and someone who blames. You know, the first thing I look for people, if I'm see someone who's constantly living over here, that's the first person that I'm like, that's the last it's the first person I'm ignoring, it's the last person I'm gonna reach out and help, because I know they're not willing to take responsibility and help themselves first. And what that is endless frustration. As a coach, and guys, I've worked with thousands of people around, literally one-on-one. I've literally worked on the phone, in person. I've spoken in front of audience of thousands of people. I've created over 1,000 videos, and what I've experienced through all of this amazing adventure, which I'm deeply grateful for, is that if someone will not step out of this place of blame and the whole world and the world sucks, and they believe in an extrinsic control, like the world or God controls them, or their spouse or their parents, or they're still blaming shit on decades ago, that person is going to be stuck there until they just decide just to make a change. And literally, it's as easy as looking and stepping over here and realizing, just taking a little bit of gratitude, just taking a deep breath and realizing everything that's been created up to this point in time, I had the decision, and I chose to see what I saw and to hear what I heard. Because two people can hear the exact same speaker on stage, and one person can be living over here and another person can be living over here, and it was the exact same external communication coming in, but yet two different people, because they chose to hear and to see and to feel things completely differently. Frustration, hatred, confusion, lack of control, blame, love, gratitude, 100% responsibility for everything appearing. This is where you want to live, and it's literally as simple as choosing to step right here and just look at the world in a different way, and it gives you all the internal power for you to take responsibility, to realize you create from this moment, the very decision you make as you step over here and lock arms with me right now, you get to create everything going forward. And this is exactly, if you've been on this yo-yo of life, or even if you've been on a downward trend, that's because you've been over here more often than not. And it's literally as simple as stepping over here. Guys, I'm going to share a super quick story. In 2005, late 2005, I filed bankruptcy. It was one of the lowest parts of my life, and leading up to that, I was the guy over here and doing all this stuff. But leading up to the circumstances that created that. But it was so crazy, because the month or two leading up before I filed bankruptcy, I was a person living over here. Yes, I did still choose to file. Yes, I was the person who created this frustration, and I literally almost never let my dad down as much as that moment in my life, and it still brings tears, and I still feel it very deeply. But you know what? That was 11 years ago now. You know what I've done since then? I've won. And yes, I yo-yoed and I did all this stuff, but since that moment, which was financially, that was the lowest moment in my life, it was also really freeing, because I'm in the bankruptcy court, I'm the happiest guy in there, and I'm looking around and it's death. The whole room is these people like, the world sucks, I sucks, this judge sucks, my lawyer sucks, everything, their world sucked. I was in the bankruptcy court like, my God, this is amazing, I'm so grateful, like I just dropped like 30 grand in debt, this house that this scammy mortgage guy flipped and misappraised. It was a $200,000 property that had dropped to like be worth $185,000. He appraised it for $230,000 and then took loans on top of that. So I dropped like 20, 30 grand in credit card debt, plus like 40, 50 grand, and just lost this house and the almost like $100,000 of debt, a little less than that. All of a sudden this giant weight is gone. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. And I'm so grateful for this. And it was just literally a change of perspective. And from that moment, I always look back on that and several other moments and all kinds of things, just like you can look at all the moments throughout your life and realize those lowest times have probably been the biggest blessings, and you've become a person today because of the gifts and the person you had to become and the fight and the struggles and the choices you had to make. Those don't have to be things holding you back in decades past. Those are things that empower you, and all you have to do is step here and lock arms, and as we move forward, we create these amazing, beautiful things because we choose to be people that choose 100% responsibility for everything in our life. I was at a leadership event a month or so ago, and there were some things that like they weren't going exactly as well as they could have been, and I literally took the entirety of the event, and it wasn't my event. I was there just helping a small group, well, small group being 40-something people, and I chose to take responsibility not for just those 40 people, not for just all 400 whatever people are at the event. I took responsibility to make every single thing I could, like, change as many lives and impact as many people and do whatever I had to do with the other leaders to help the person that was leading the entire event to do everything I could. And I helped change some things in that event, and some crazy things opened up I didn't even expect at all, and it was just a beautiful, amazing thing. Instead of being this person that's like, well, dude, it's your event. What are you doing wrong, dude? It's your fault. I didn't even think that for a millisecond, because I choose to live here like you can choose to live here with me, and I encourage you right now. And guys, I really want to inspire you and encourage you, pay very close attention. Because in these coming days here, this next week, I'm launching a webinar. I've been really working on some very private, secret things with very, very influential and amazing, successful people, some world-changing type of people. And there's going to be a webinar I'm going to invite you to next week. And I've really been hard at work behind the scenes on this. And I'm not giving you any more details because it's not time for that. I am going to continue to pour out these videos literally for the time to come, because I'm choosing to be someone who takes 100% responsibility for the inspiration I put out in the world all around me. And this isn't even about a webinar that literally has the ability to completely transform your life next week. That's not what this is about. I choose to take responsibility for living my mission statement, which is to help you learn, to grow, and inspire, and literally impact the entire world. And that is my purpose, and it's why I'm here. So I want you to pay attention. I want you to lock arms. I want you to choose to be this person that takes responsibility, and you take your life seriously, and you don't choose to be this person and points blame in the whole world. Because when you're pointing blame out, all these other fingers are pointing back to you, because you are the person that creates the reality all around you. And it's literally as simple, taking responsibility and being someone who is a solution provider for yourself and everybody in your sphere of influence, including your closest loved ones, your entire community, your church, your list, your online marketing, everything you do. You are the person that creates that change, whether you do it directly, like as you're watching this video right now, or whether you do it indirectly and somebody watched this video and I never even know who they are, and they go out and make the world an amazing place, and I didn't know it's because they chose to take responsibility right now. And that's an indirect thing, that they're out changing the world and blessing millions of lives, and they never even knew my name, because I don't even think I said it, and it doesn't even matter. By the way, it's Jason Cardamone, if you don't know by now. So that indirect, through indirect and direct relationships, we create these ripple impacts in a pond going out, because together as we lock arms, we learn together, we grow together, and we get to inspire both directly and indirectly. And that is my purpose, and I choose to take 100% responsibility, both for all the times I didn't send videos every day, I didn't send emails every day, for the habits I tried to create and let them go, and also for everything I create from this day forward, including everything I've been doing these last several weeks, including everything I've done for the entire last 40 years of my life. I take 100% responsibility for all of it. All the good, all the bad. There is no good or bad. It's things that have been created, and I choose to amplify that times 10 and make things even better and do everything I can to inspire you, to help you to live your fullest potential and bring out your greatest gifts. And that's why we're here together, and that's what we're doing. So pay attention. We're here to rock and roll. I love you. I believe in you, and I appreciate you. We will see you very soon. Pay very close attention, because we are here to make some major differences in the world as we both step into being solution providers. Love you guys.